My mother-in-law treats my brother-in-law and his kids like royalty, while my family gets scraps. But what she did was the final straw, and now she's shocked that my husband hates her. I and my husband have 2 kids, 12 girl and 10 boy. His golden child brother is married to SIL. They have 2 boys, 10 and 8. My MIL always favored Bill, and once he got married and had kids, she transferred that special treatment to them as well. My husband is her point of contact for our family, and for the most part, he does a good job with that. She gave Bill a little over $50K to help them get started when he got his then-girlfriend pregnant. They spent most of it on their wedding, and then had to stay with MIL until they got her credit straightened out so they could buy a house. About a year later, we were having a tough time and asked if we could borrow a couple of hundred from her short term. She was so sorry, but she just didn't have any spare money. Spends at least $10 on their family for every dollar on us. My husband says, don't be greedy and materialistic. When I try to point it out, whatever. Spends more time with their kids. She always has time for their games, concerts, or programs. She's never too busy to babysit. We do not get the same treatment. She shows up for us and our kids just enough not to get called out on it. My husband always has an excuse to defend her. Now to the incident. This happened in February of this year. Our son was spending the night at her house with his cousins. My oldest nephew wanted Taco Bell. She told my son she didn't have enough money to buy him any, so she was taking him home. He asked if she would call me to see if I had money. He offered to eat a peanut butter and jelly while his cousins got takeout. This really broke my heart. She told him no to every compromise he came up with. By the time they got to my house, he was in tears. She was pissed at him, and my nephews thought the whole thing was very funny. My nephews are not stupid, and they know what's up. They know all they have to do is ask, and grandma will do whatever. They know that they spend more time at her house than my kids do. I don't think my kids are ever there unless their cousins are too. I don't think my nephews were trying to be vindictive and get my son sent home, but they are 10 and 8 and are going to take what they can get. I got my son calmed down, and my daughter, bless her, went out of her way to cheer up her brother. I took us all to Burger King because that's his favorite. He loves the crowns. My husband had been gone all day helping out a friend. He knew our son was supposed to be with his mom and was surprised to see him at home. We told him what happened. He immediately called his mom to get her side. He made it clear that he believed our son. He just wanted to hear what she had to say. I think he was hoping that there was some misunderstanding. There wasn't. She admitted it. She said she didn't want to bother us, so she didn't ask for any money. She didn't think it would be fair to make my son eat peanut butter and jelly while his cousins had Taco Bell. He asked if it ever occurred to her to tell the kid no. I really don't think it did. He told her he was very disappointed in her and we would be going VLC. I don't think she took it seriously. She's pissed me or my husband off many times in the past, but he always caves after a few weeks because it's his mommy. He promised me this time would be different. He reached out to his brother and told him. My BIL's attitude was, so, what do you want me to do about it? He told his brother what he told his mom, and we went VLC with them as well. My husband did a spectacular job. He never reached out to his mom or brother, and I know that was hard for him. He also gray rocked like a pro. Keeping busy, and we're all fine, was the only thing he responded with if they did reach out. I don't think either one of them really noticed. A week before Easter, she called my husband and asked what our plans were. We usually go to my aunt's for dinner, and then he drops me off at home, and he takes the kids to see her for a few hours. She asked what time they'd be there. He said they weren't coming. She told him he was ridiculous and hung up. Then Mother's Day rolls around. He sent her a text because he said he couldn't ignore her completely. I had a wonderful day. My little family told me it was my yes day, and we could do whatever I wanted. It was super low-key and just a great day. Monday, Mael called my husband crying and said she was sorry. He asked what for, and she didn't know. He reminded her of the incident and told her not to believe she's sorry she did it. She's just sorry there are consequences to her actions. He went on to say that the fact that she hasn't seen our daughter since Christmas, or our son since February, and has not asked to see them is disturbing to him. Bill and SEL finally reached out when they realized how serious my husband was. We invite them every year to my family's Memorial Day weekend at a nice lake. There will be no invitation this year. My nephews are upset because they haven't seen my son since then. The 3 of them usually get along quite well, and I'm not trying to be a jerk to kids, but we need a timeout from all of them. My husband has been very apologetic. He feels terrible that he didn't notice before how bad it was. I think we're about to have the best summer of our lives. I'm trying to get everybody to concentrate on who we do have in our corner, and let's not worry about who's not.